So we are going to also take care of our back door. So of course you see this is nasty looking and all that. Let's take care of that. This handle will hold on to it, you know, just for, I guess, you know, giggles and whatnot. So we'll put a new one on. We really want to make sure that they look, you know, similar to the other ones that we have in the car. So look at that, it's also nasty. But we're going to take this one off. I'm going to show you the rear door now. Alright, and so a few things to do is make sure that you have a Torx 30, alright, because these three things, there's going to be a little bit more work to be done there. And then I think a Phillips head, yep, there it is, these two again. And so let's get to work on that, and yeah, we'll get you set up as on the camera, and then we'll keep on going. Alright, so first things first is let's take out that. We're going to clean that up. That looks nasty, so we'll put that together. We have our screw here. We'll take that, put that down. We've got this one right here, so let me get a pry. Here we are with the pry. Let's see what we get. See if it can't come out. Maybe all. And there we are. Cracked a bit, but you know, better shape than the others have been. So, and then I do have a crack on the door handle, so it is a good idea to change it out. And we'll put our another screw down there, and then we have two down here at the bottom. And those are like that. A little bit of hex if you would like to do those two. And now we have our door panel should be able to come off. First, we're going to undo this, unplug this in some fashion or way. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm not certain that it likes me. There we are. Okay, good deal. So this, like our other ones, it's going to be painted black. So I'll take out the switch here. And you want to be careful too, because, well, you know, you just want to be. Let's see if I can pry it well enough, I don't know. And there we are. Switch is out, our piece is there. We're going to clean that piece up, and we do that because, well, you know, otherwise your paint won't stick to it. So we'll get to that eventually. Let's take off our door panel. All the way. So we've got one screw here, we had one screw here for that piece, two down there, and then we have one large screw, and that is it. And this, unlike the front, no window rolling down and all that, that's not required this time around. So big screw right here, and then watch this, we just pry and oh, one more item I did forget. So this is one more item here. May need a pick. Oh, nope. It seems like I might be able to get it. I might be able to get it. Might be able to. There we are. And so you see that it just kind of pushes together like that. You know, just like that, like so. So nice, like that. So that's the only piece. I forgot about that piece of plastic there. So here we are. Let's take it apart, and just like that. And there you have your door. And then just like in the front, the issue is, you see these snaps? snap, and there's a snap right there, and you just undo these bolts, and there you are. Your door panel is free, and we have done that. So that is the door panel. That's that piece that we're going to mess around with. Let's get in here. So we do have this component piece that must be removed, pulled back, because we're going to have to remove the entire lock, and that's so we can get a new door handle on the outside, as well as yeah, just the interior door handle, not so much a problem. The exterior door handle requires that extra bit of effort, and that's where your Torx 30s come in play. So let's get cracking on this. There we are. And she comes off. It's really you know, quite a nice piece, I guess. Not exactly certain of its full function, I guess, other than maybe forming and I guess some structural support for the door. So just drop that in there, and now here comes the fun bit. You do have to peel back your plastic, so very similar to the other one, you have to peel back. Now we're going to put it back as we can, so do realize we have, you know, some gross foam and all that stuff like that. It's a 20-year-old car, so the foam is going to be not as nice, you know, just is what it is. That's done. All right, then you have this switch here. Pull this switch out. The reason why you need that switch done is because, well, if you don't have that switch out, then you can't get the rest of this part done. Let me see. Yeah, so now it's time for Torx 30 time. And Torx 30, I don't know if we can get the best view of that. Right there. Okay, well, I'll just do it this way. So you have 3 of these bolts. You're gonna have to get all 3 of them. All right. Some of them are quite easy to get loose. That's a little bit weird, actually. The other side that I did first, you know, because I always practice before I do things, that was a little bit more of a challenge. So a little bit odd that it's not so hard this time around. I don't know, could be something interesting with the car. So we've got that. I believe I have one more Torx, but I don't think that one's actually that much of a big deal. So take those, throw those down, and look at that. Just push, pull it back. This is your door lock. You're going to have to get that thing out. And you get that out, and maybe we clean it, maybe we do some things to it, but you just pull it right out. Easy peasy, just like that. Drop that in there. All right, now from here is your other Torx. Reason why is because we have to get this part off of here. So that Torx is right in there, right there. I don't know if you can see that, I don't know, it's dark in there. All right, so whatever, there's a Torx right there. You know, just get to it, find it, and it should let loose. Once again, a little bit interested in the situation of looseness here. No, not that loose. I just put it in the wrong location. So there we are. Let me put you down real quick, just because you know, I need 2 hands to get this taken care of here. And this, by the way, what we're going to do is this only loosens. So when it's loose enough, it should pop right off. Alright, so let's go back to the other side, take a look. Should just like that. You see this popped right off. Alright, so there's a gasket right there too. Leave that gasket on. Alright, so we'll take this shell or this piece and we'll, you know, not throw it in the bin, but we'll just put it away. And then, if you remember from the other side, push, pull, and there you are. Your handle has come off. So what we're going to do is going to reverse that, put the new black handle, because we want the front and the rear to look the same or similar, or look like they came from the same car. So just throw that one in there, and then down in here is our brand new one. By the way, thank you Amazon for pieces of the car. So there's this piece, and then there's the other piece, and simple, dimple, easy peasy. Alright, open that up. That's one part. Put this on later, not a little bit later here. Take this part, put it on. Simple situation here. And then basically 1 and 2, and then look. Oop. I believe that's right. There is a leather component piece in here, and that is, you see that right there, that white component there. So I'm gonna have to slide the piece back in between those two forks there. I don't know if you can see that. You see those two forks? Those two forks are going to have to be, I'm gonna have to slide it back in there. When I say slide it back in there, what I'm talking about is this knob right here goes and slides right back in. All right, so that's once I get the door handle on, do all of my things I'm supposed to do, and then that's how easy the rear is, everyone. And perfect, just like that. In, done, gasket's there, gasket's still here. Time for the new piece and how it goes. So kind of a snap in, kind of a snap in. Alright, so we will screw that back together. And all that takes is going back in at this angle and finding it and screwing it in. And it will seat down as it's supposed to. It's not much to do with that. Let me get some torque to it. And a decent amount of torque. You don't want to do too much, you know, so I'm not saying hand tight is the best, but I'm just saying it's pretty good. So there we are. I have done an exterior door handle just like that. Alright, but the problem is we still have to put this bit in there, and then that way we can do the interior door, and of course I'm going to paint it and all that fun jazz and whatnot. So as you remember, you see that fork, you can see it right there. That fork will need this knob to go in. Alright. That long knob there has to go into the fork. If it does not go into the fork, well then, you know, you're kind of not doing what you're supposed to do. So you have to make sure it gets where it needs to go. Alright. Oh, I'm a silly Billy. Upside down. It goes like this, everyone. That's where the knob is. I apologize. I'm, you know, going backwards and in the incorrect way. Alright. So, there, slid it up into it. In between, I can feel it. I can feel it. I can see it. You can see it too. Yep, there he is. In the right place. Perfect. Beautiful things. And now it's time to put these Torx bolts on. Alignment, I guess, is needed. So that's one. And then we've got more to do. Where did I put the other? Oh no. So, Mr. Bitfix, oh there you are. Come on now. You don't lose the screws. You know, when they say you have a screw loose, that is, you know, possibly what I'm doing here, but, you know, who knows. Perfect, perfect. All right. And then let's do a little bit of hand tight before we fully tight. And there is that part. I'm going to torque it pretty good though. Because for whatever reason it did not feel very tight before. And I don't know why. I don't know if there was just maybe something that rattled it loose over this side or what. But, you know, we're good. Alright, so we have done a really good job with all this. That's the door handle. Does its job. Nice, perfect, piano black. It's exactly what we want on the outside. Now it is time for us to you know, do some other things. I'm going to plug this back in. That way auto door lock, all that stuff is working still. Then we'll have a we can put the door panel back on if we'd like to, but I'm going to leave that off because we want to do this and we want to you know, pop this old one off. All right, so to pop the old one off, you just press in off one side and just like that, and then you see that one's rubbish. It fell out like that. I found it like that, everyone. That's how it looked when I hit it with my hand. Oi, lots of mess. Easy for everything to break when it's 20 years old. So there you are. It's that's what a, you know, rubbish handle looks like. Interior door handle. So there we are. What I'm going to do next is we're going to do the this bit, clean this up. Basically use you know, Dawn dish soap or whatever, a nice scrubbing bubble situation, and then we have to sand it down. All right, and then we have to clean it again. Now when I say clean it again, it's because my sweatiness and, you know, everything else that's on me sometimes gets in the way. So we have our door panel. It's off. It's good. I'll put it back on eventually. We'll put our door handle back on, our interior door handle, because, you know, the other one, I obviously could just hit it and it, you know, drop it barely on the ground, and it fails, breaks pieces. So let's wash this up, and then I'll show you how to paint and prep this again. Alright, so done the cleaning. Alright, that's the initial cleaning, of course. And now we have to sand it down. So you notice some marks on the part, you know, just different things like that. This is P600, wet or dry. Of course, I'm going to use it dry just because it's plastic. I can see a lot more of what I'm getting and knocking down. And because I don't want to knock down too much of the texture, that's why I'm doing it with 600. So hopefully you can see all that. So it's fairly easy. Just, you know, go around it, get it to where it's rough the surface. This bit down in here inside the handle was probably the you know, the worst of it. You know, just trying to get as much of it, you know, lightly roughed as possible, and that way, well, what you can do is, when you have it lightly roughed, you can then paint it, and it adheres and it stays on. That's a top trick, or you know, we're not going to put that one after the top tip trick for painting plastics, I guess. Yeah. Make sure you get the edges, and there's a bunch of slick areas and stuff like that that, you know, also have to have some roughed edge points. So right in there, you want the place where fingers are going to be at to be nice and roughed up too, right there. Right, look at that. We're getting somewhere with it. It takes a bit, but it's worth it. If you don't do it, then, you know, it's going to be an ordeal. And there it is. There that is, and we are, I'd say, fairly pretty good. Fairly good. There you are, wrapped up. And she looks, you know, ghastly a little bit. There's a little bit of my sweat in there too. But why do we have? What do we do with sweat? And why do we mess with that and not allow that to be in the car, in the handle? We're going to use this right here. That is grease and wax remover. Obviously, my greasiness is going to have to be removed. So let's uncap it, flip it upside down, get some on there, wipe it down. That black streak will probably stay on there. That's not too bad of a deal. It's probably you know, in the part in some way, so we'll probably be able to spray over it, you know, and we are using black, so that's not going to be too bad of an ordeal. So that is about it. Let me get there, let me get in here, don't want to miss anything, get in this area real nice and clean and tidy, and that is it for cleaning. So should be good. Alright, I'm going to put the cap back on. I do love this wax and grease remover. I wish I had a spray bottle of it instead. We're going to use duplicolor vinyl and fabric. Alright, black to black, easy peasy. And then let's set up a piece of cardboard for paint. Alright, so setting up a piece of cardboard. Paint prep is done. I'm always going to hold it from underneath, not going to hold it from above. And then you should still be able to see what I'm doing. I believe you should. So, there we are. Test spray. Good, perfect. And that is going to be, oh, that is not good. Don't do that. Don't knock it over like that. and it will get a good tack to it. It'll be very nice. You know, like I said, you know, you can hold it and do other things like that if you'd really like. Paint on you. So put that back down. Keep on dropping it because I'm goofy. And that is a single coat. You want to get in there, make sure that you have the you know, door button nice and taken care of. So that should be nice. That looks really nice right there. I think you'll all agree. It looks nice, beautiful, Duplicolor. I love it. Nice. Just going to maybe do one more coat as we go, and it lays down nice and even. It's very good. I think of all the spray paint types I like right now, this is one. It's got a nice fan on it. It does a bunch of very good things for it. Of course, Duplicolor, you can get black, you can get red, you can do even more fun things. So we could have done really fun things for this Camry. You know, maybe like a bright red dashboard or door panels, I don't know, whatever, blue. It could be all sorts of fun. So but we decided to go with black. Black seems to be a, you know, cool, jazzy aspect. Something that, you know, everyone will, you know, appreciate when they're in the car. So we get one more hit on this side. I see how it's drying, and it has a little bit of a dull finish here. And so we want to get this side good. There we are. Nice even coat. That's good. All right, so we'll let that dry, and then after a little bit we will put the door back together, and then we'll put that handle in, and yay, and then that's a back door of a Toyota Camry. And yeah, and if you haven't already, you know, supposedly I'm supposed to, you know, communicate this multiple times. So comment, like, and then subscribe. I have no idea. Or subscribe, then comment, and then like, or then comment, like, subscribe, like, and comment again. I have no idea how this works. So I'm just telling you how it works. Supposedly I've been told what you're supposed to do, but you know, I can't, you know, be very specific because I have no idea anymore. I mean, this is, you know, just this is a channel. So, all right. So, yay, they are. All right. So we've got all of our bits done. So what we're going to have to do is we have to tuck these back into this cut in the film, and you know, the foam just kind of, you know, falls away here, and then you basically going to try to align everything back together. Make sure your beautiful line, your line of sticky gooey you know, looky gooey crap, whatever it is, put that down. Make sure your tacked as good as it is. This is a moisture barrier, by the way. It's on almost every single car out there in the world. I don't know, you know, every single one of these, but it's pretty common. We're going to put our part back on. So this is that right there. Oh no, I just dropped that screw. That went all the way over here. Alright, so try that again. This time I'm going to give it a little bit of a hand thread before I do everything. A little bit loose, keep it on there. And get the other one in my hand, and there we are. So now that is there. This is, let's get that one in, and that's in, and then this one's in. So making sure that you have enough room. These are good placement, That's there. That's a, you know, fixture piece, I guess. And then it's time to put our door on. Now, if you remember, we have to feed piece in here, and then we have this to feed in. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the new handle on, clip it as it should be. Alright, so what we've done and what we have is you have this clip point here and this ball. So you see that? Clip it in, done. That's the bottom. Then you have the top, and the top has a little bit more involvement, because what we're going to do is going to slide that ball down and then slide it here and then clip it in, and that's it. That is your door handle ready to go. So slide the new door handle, all clipped in, into location, just like so. Oh, there we are. And then look, perfect, beautiful stuff. All right, so let's attach and place everything as it should. And there we are. So I've placed it right at the sill, and now it's time to just hit it with all of my British Bulldog might, and done. There we are. That is in. And just to you know, make sure that the door handle doesn't go anywhere, put my piece in, perfect like that. Then I have this pot right here. This is that long one, and if you do remember, that goes right in that pink slot. That's you know, it's actually kind of nice to make it so brightly coloured of a plastic piece. I don't know if you decided on that, but that's there's a level of I guess engineering brilliance that's happening at the manufacturing site. They realized that someone was not going to be smart enough to know what to do, so that is why that is pink. It's probably why the ones down here are yellow. Who knows? They could have that. It could be a strength of the plastic, the polymer. But yeah, that is a door on there and doing its thing. Let's see. Let's put our little accoutrement in there and snap it in, and that is it. And there is a door handle. So before we're going to put our, you know, black plastic piece on there, of course it's drying and whatnot, but let's see. Door works perfect, beautiful. All right, so let's do it from the inside as well. And let's see, are we good as well? Oh, look at that. Look, I can get in and out. If I couldn't, then we'd have another problem. Oh, I almost forgot this. That is this piece right here. This piece. So what is, I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know why this exists, but you basically pull it out like that and then push, snapped, good. That, I guess, holds into this little weird plastic component piece, and I don't know why. So structurally, is it a significant piece? I don't know. Maybe it was making noise and at the Toyota factory, and they said, you know what, let's fix that. And you know, I'm not going to fault them on it. That's you know, a good extra bit of effort. So all right, now last bit is to plug it in, do all of the other stuff. If you do see this, you see all that right there. There are ways to fix that. Maybe one day I might buy some good clay, and we'll do that, hit it with heat, and so you basically take the texture of that with a piece of clay, like a large piece, and you take that and then you just place it over after it's heated, and then it will mold itself back. It's really kind of a neat thing. So you see, that's a different texture and that's a different texture. So this here, a little bit of a, you know, squishy type, so you don't fix it that way. You don't fix that one the same way as you fix this hard plastic. So, you know, maybe one day, maybe we'll figure out to do that. I don't know if this is the right car for that, because this is a $1,000 Camry, so not an expensive thing. and you know, you really want to do maybe something, maybe my my classic BMW, that's the one we do it on. So all right, next up is to plug it in with our nice brand new door handle on the interior, and we have done a front and a rear. And look at that, that front one all still looks absolutely magnificent, absolutely magnificent, black all the way through. Look, we have it on the other side, it looks absolutely fantastic. Oh, and then of course I've already done it over here, but you know, regardless, let's you know, focus on the one that we're about to do. So, alright everyone, so we have our nice and fantastically painted black door handle, so everything's gonna look very good here very soon. So what we're going to do is just put you down a little bit, that way you can see everything. But I'm going to take the piece, of course it only goes in one direction. Ooh, it's kind of gross. Let me get some fuzz off of it and grossness, that way you know, less dirty. Snaps right back in, easy peasy, just like that. Oh, just like this is the other portion of it. Alright, just like this. Oh my goodness, sorry everyone. So there we are, and then just push in from one direction, push down, and then we have our screw, and that's very simple. We'll just take that, put that down, and that is our door handle in. And then we just finish it off with this, what does it say? Oh look, see, look, Toyota, very nice, FR, front right, boom, perfect, just like that. And so we have you know, done this. Look at that, beautiful, looks exactly like it's supposed to. Look at the exterior door handles. Wow, look at that. Like and subscribe, I guess. I mean, really everyone, you should, because this looks beautiful. And also comment, you know, of course we still have this you know, a little bit of rust there on the door jambs here, but we will get there eventually. It's not important right now. Yeah, not right now, but not right now at all. So yeah, this is just Brit Fix. We've done a excellent job on the door handles. Look at this, all the way around, look at these. Door handle, black. Look, they open. Look, they do exactly what they're supposed to do. Functional and stylish. That's exactly what it is. All right. So until next time. All right, everyone. Bye. There you are, Bobby.